Yo, what's good everyone, and welcome back to the KeepItTechie channel, where we break down tech and Linux topics to help you level up your skills, your home lab, and even your career. I'm Josh, and today we're tackling a really powerful tool that doesn't always get the spotlight it deserves, and that's SaltStack. So whether you're trying to manage 5 servers or 500 servers, SaltStack makes it possible to automate and control your infrastructure from one place. And in this video, I'm walking you through what it is, how it works, and how you can install and start using it yourself. This isn't just theory. We're setting up a full working Salt master and Salt minion, showing live commands, and I'll even share some ideas for real world uses. So let's jump right in. Now, before we get started, I want to go to saltproject.io. This is where you can get all the good information about the SaltStack. And let me show you where you can get a good explanation of it. So if you go under documentation and then overview, this will open up their full documentation website. And if you click on about Salt, this will explain everything about Salt, but I'll give you guys a general breakdown of what it is. So SaltStack, also just called Salt, is a open source automation platform. It's mainly used for configuration management, remote execution, cloud control, and event-driven orchestration. It started because older tools like Puppet and Chef weren't fast enough at scale, and Salt solved that by focusing on speed and simplicity. Today, Salt is still active, still powerful, and it's open to everyone. Even after VMware scooped up the company behind it, the community supported version is still available to anyone that wants to use it. Now, just to break down the Salt architecture, Salt uses a master minion model. So the Salt master is the control center, and that's your centralized server that you will push all your commands from. And then you'll also have your Salt minions. So that's all your nodes within your network that you want to have set up that will be controlled by your master. And you can send commands from the master, and the minions execute them and report back. And just so you guys understand the way the communication works, it happens over 0MQ by default, which is built for speed and low latency. And you can also run it in masterless mode if you need. But for today, we're setting up a full architecture so you can see how everything connects. What's up, y'all? If you've been watching my channel for a minute, you already know I stay talking about Linux. And if you're looking for a solid, reliable enterprise Linux distro, let me put you on to Rocky Linux. This is the go-to replacement for CentOS, and it's built for the community, by the community. It's got everything you need for a stable and secure Linux experience, whether you're running servers, home labs, or enterprise workloads. And the best part, it's backed by CIQ, making sure it stays rock solid for the long haul. So if you're tired of these companies pulling a plug on your favorite distros, Rocky Linux is where you need to be. And I've covered Rocky Linux before, and trust me, it's worth checking out. So head over to rockylinux.org to learn more and get started. Now, before I hop over to my virtual machines, let me show you guys how to download it right fast. And if we scroll down a little bit further right here, there's the Salt install guide. So if you click there, there's multiple ways to install it. Now, you can install it using the dev package. There is an RPM package for RHEL-based systems. There's a Mac OS package, and then there's a Windows EXE package as well. But what I'm gonna do is focus on the Bootstrap install, which is super simple. It's just a bash script that allows you to install it on your Linux operating system, and it'll work on Ubuntu, and that's the type of servers I'm gonna set it up on. But you can easily use the same script on RHEL-based systems as well, like Rocky Linux or Alma Linux. It works the exact same way. And so let me click there so we can go to the actual repo. I want to show you guys the actual repo for the Bootstrap installation. And so this is on GitHub, and there's a README for it. And it also has the SHA-256 right there. You can check to make sure you're getting the script from the legit location. And then also you can see the examples of how to actually run the Salt Bootstrap script, with the examples, options, and all that stuff, and what they all do. And then also examples of how to actually run the script in order to get it installed. And there's multiple ways to install it. You can check all these out. Like for instance, the Salt project repo. This is the Git tag. So if you want to use a Git tag, these are versions from GitHub. Then you got your fork. Let's say you fork the project. You can use your own branch of the actual project with changes to it if you want to test it out. And then the latest Git package, or the latest Git repository. And I'll show you guys how I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna just copy right here. This will just grab the actual script right here. And right here is the only place you need to make changes to it. You specify how you want to install it when you run the script itself. So let's go down and hop over to our virtual machine so I can show you guys the setup, and then we can get it installed and configured. All right, so I have 3 virtual machines set up. These are all Ubuntu 24.04. I have them set up. I set the host name for each one of them. The first one is Salt. That will be our master. And then I have minion 1 and minion 2. And so those will be our 2 minions, and they're all Ubuntu 24.04. And like I said, all we have to do is copy that curl command to get the bootstrap script on our system. And so let's go down and do that for each one of the servers. So I'm gonna just paste that in there, press enter, that'll download it, boom. And then we'll also drop it on our minion 1 and then minion 2, press enter, that'll download it as well. Now we need to make it executable on each server. So all you have to do is run chmod and then +X and specify our bootstrap file and press enter, and that'll make it executable. And let me ls so you can see. What it will do is, at least in Ubuntu, you'll see a change to green. And actually, in order to see it properly, no matter if it has that coloration within the terminal, is to just look at the L, the long listing. That way you can see that it is executable, which is the X there. And so let's go down and check our minion right fast. Let's run that same command over here before we run our chmod. And as you can see, it doesn't have the executable in there, but let's go down and run chmod +X and then our bootstrap file, boom. And if we run the ls-l again, you'll see it's executable. So that's basically what it does. It changes that file and make it executable, so we can run that script on the system. All right, so just go down and run the chmod command over here on our 3rd system, press enter, and we could just ls it and we're good to go. And this is the same steps on RHEL-based systems. So Rocky Linux, Alma Linux, it's the exact same steps that I'm doing. That's why I wanted to show you guys the bootstrap versus the Dev package, which is only for Ubuntu. I just wanted to show you guys a broad way of installing it. So let's go back to our master, because I want to walk you guys through how to install the master. And this command is exactly the same no matter the distro, that Ubuntu versus RHEL systems. Now to install the master, all you have to do is run sudo sha, so sh, and let me move the mouse out of the way, and then we want to specify that bootstrap file, and then we want to put -P, and let me explain what this means. Any Python requirements to be installed using pip. So that's what that's for. And then there's another option -M, and this is to install the Salt master. And then what we're going to do is install the stable version. So just type stable and that'll be fine. And let's go down, press enter and type in our sudo password. And all we have to do is let that run. It'll go through and install. And we can go down and run them all at one time. So let's go down and run it. Let me show you how to run it on the minion. So sudo sha and then our bootstrap file. And the only difference is we just need to put that -P and then stable, and we can run that and type in our sudo password and we're good to go. Because this is a minion, you don't have to put the -M in there because it is a minion. And let's go down and run the same thing over here. So sudo sha and then our bootstrap file and then -P and then our stable version of Salt and press enter. And that's pretty much it to get them installed. So all we have to do is wait for them to install. And like I said, the script, it basically goes through, it checks the operating system. Like you can see when it was up here at the top, it looks at what type of system you have and it figures out how to install it based on your architecture and all that stuff. It'll install based on that, as well as the Linux operating system that you're using. It'll download the packages. It'll actually add the repositories for you and all that stuff. So this is an awesome script. So and like I said, it'll work no matter if you're on RHEL or, Ubuntu, and it may work on Debian as well. I'm not 100% sure. I would have to look through the documentation a little more. I've only seen Ubuntu in the documentation as well as RHEL. But anyway, I'll just wait for these to finish. I'll come back when they actually finish. All right, so the installation is complete on our master and our minions. And what you're looking for is Salt installed. Now it'll let you know that it's good. And if you check each one of your systems, they all should say Salt installed and then Salt installed. So we're good to go there. So let's go down and get our systems configured. for right now, we don't need to do anything on the master. We need to go to our minion. And what we need to do is just do a little configuring. It's not really configuring. You need to find out what your master's IP address is. So let's actually run that right fast. Let's run a IP A, and that way we can get our IP. I already knew what it was, but that is the IP of our master, because we need to specify that in our configuration file. So and actually let's just copy it right fast. So it's 10.10.0.174. And that will be different depending on your network, obviously. And so let's go over to our minion 1 right fast, and there's a configuration file. And if it's not there, you can create it, but it should be under a salt configuration file under your etc directory. So sudo nano, and then etc, and then salt, and then there should be a minion file. Yes, the minion file. So you want to go up in there. This is our configuration file for it. And right up here at the top, it's just a little further down right here. You can set the master. Uncomment this out. It should say master. And this is where you want to put your IP address of the master. So just put the IP address there and then go down and save this file, and you can exit out. So I press Control S and then Control X, and that saved our file for us. And then you want to do the exact same thing on our second main. And so let's go sudo nano, and then our etc salt, and then minion, and press enter, and then sudo passwords, and then go down to this salt configuration, master configuration, and then this is where you want to put your IP address again. Now, there are a lot of configurations in this actual file. Like, for instance, if you have a proxy server that this system is behind, or your master is behind, it's a lot of configuration in here. I'm not going to show you all of it because it'll be a little difficult to actually go through everything that's in here. You got DNS settings, IP version 6. You can even do failover in here. But let me go down and save this. But like I said, it's a lot of configuring in here. But I'm gonna get you at least started. That's the base configuration for you. And so what you want to do after doing this is restart our salt minion. That way it can pull in our changes to our configuration file. So if we run sudo systemctl restart, and then the service name is salt, and I'm gonna tab it out, but it's minion.service. So you want to restart that service on your system, and it'll restart the minion service that's running on your system. And then let's run the exact same command on our other system as well, and press enter, and that'll restart the service over there. That'll get the new configuration running. So we're good to go on our main. And what this does is set up those servers so the master can find them, because as long as the master can find them, then the master can do whatever it needs to do on those servers. Now let's go over and do the simple configuration over on the master. So I'm gonna clear right fast. Now what we need to do is accept the minion keys. And so you have to run a command on here. So you go sudo salt -key, and then --list, and then all, and press enter. And let's go down and type in our sudo password, and this will list all the servers that are out there. And so as you can see, you got minion 1 and minion 2. Now this salt one right here, this is the minion that's on this server. So right now, these are unaccepted keys, meaning these servers are out here that have not been accepted by this master. And then you also have denied keys, and this salt one, like I said, this is the configuration for the minion that's on this actual server. Because when we installed the master, it installed a minion on this server as well, which we could have not installed the minion through the script, and that's an option that we could have done, but I just went on and installed it just because I didn't want to confuse anyone. But you can go through and check out those options, like I said, on the install page that'll allow you to not install the minion on here. But that's why salt is showing up here locally. And as you can see, you got 4 different categories. So you got your accepted keys, you got denied keys, you got unaccepted keys, which is where everything is at, and then our rejected keys. And so what we want to do is accept each one of those keys. And essentially, the key handshake secures the connection between the master and the minion. And so the other command to do that is sudo salt -key, and then --accept. And then you have to specify the minion ID. And our minion ID is the name of the server. So minion 1. So let's accept that one first. Let's go down and press enter. Boom. The following keys are going to be accepted. Minion 1. And press Y to proceed. Press enter. And so let's run our list again. But as you can see, it says key from minion 1 accepted. So let's go down and run that list again. and you'll see that minion 1 is under our accepted. Now, and our unaccepted still has that minion 2 and then the salt. Now, let me clear right fast because I want to show you guys one more time. Let me list it out. And then what I'm going to do is show you guys a quick way. Let's say it's a bunch of servers that you set up out there with salt minion on it, and you want to accept them all. You set up the IP address on all of them. You did the little simple configuration for all of them, and you want to accept them all to the master. You want to add the key to the master for all of them. And they're all showing listed right there under unaccepted keys. All you have to do is type sudo salt-key and then -- accept, and this will accept them all. So I'm gonna just go down and accept that local one too, the salt and the minion 2. It'll accept them all, so that's fine. But let's go down and press that, but that'll accept all of them that are out there that have the IP address for this server to be the master. So let's go down and press Y, boom, good to go. And there we go. So they're both accepted now. Let's go down and clear again. And let's just run that list again so you can see that they are all accepted. So we're good to go. All right. So once we've accepted those minion keys, it's time for that moment of truth. And that's testing out if our master can connect to our minions. And I'll show you guys this right fast. Let me get back up to the top and let's type sudo salt, and we could just test ping. I'm gonna just run a test ping, and you put a single quote store, and that's for all of our servers that we have set up. So test ping and press enter, and this will test all our servers. And if everything is good, you'll get that true response. And so that means that the master can talk to the minions and you're ready to start running commands remotely. Now, I don't want to go any further because I can make this video a whole lot longer and confuse a lot more people. I'll split it up into 2. I'll do another video showing you guys how to set up a project or something to that effect in the future. I'll do something like that a little bit later. I just didn't want to make this video too long, but let's talk about some of the use cases for it. You got mass package management. You can install updates or apps across hundreds of servers at once. You can run a script or fix instantly across your whole environment by using remote execution. You can do configuration management, so define what normal looks like for your system and enforce it automatically. You can do event-driven automation, so auto remediate issues like server crashes. Also cloud provisioning, so deploy new cloud resources automatically with Salt Cloud. And if you're managing a home lab or running cloud VMs or working as a system admin or DevOps engineer, Salt can save you hours every week. Now, SaltStack might not have the same buzz as Ansible these days, but honestly, it's just as solid. It's fast, it's reliable, and it handles huge scale without getting complicated. Plus, if you're already deep into Linux and you want to step your automation game up, learning Salt opens the door to a whole new level of control. It's also a great skill to put on your resume if you're looking to get into site reliability engineering, cloud ops, or any high-end Linux admin role. So that's going to be it for today, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed the full setup walkthrough for SaltStack on Linux. If you found this helpful, go ahead and hit that like button and consider subscribing if you want more video breakdowns on Linux, open source tools, and tech career tips. Also, don't forget, I got a full free Linux Plus course right here on the KeepItTechie channel. And if you want to support the channel, you can also pick up some merch. And I also have that same course over on Udemy that you can check out. It's broken up into all the different sections so you guys can pass that Linux Plus exam. But anyway, thanks for watching. And as always, keep it techie. Peace. Yo, what's up, y'all? Listen, if you've been sitting there thinking about making a move, let me tell you, tech is where it's at. I don't care where you're coming from, whether you've got a degree, a GED, or just pure hustle. There's room for you in this game. You see, tech is more than just keyboards and code. It's solving problems, creating opportunities, and building the future. You already have what it takes because tech doesn't care where you start. It cares where you're willing to go. You can teach yourself Linux, learn Python, break into cybersecurity, or even launch your own app. And the resources are out here for free. And yes, you heard me, free. Now, yeah, it's gonna take effort. You'll have to grind, but think about this. The time is gonna pass anyway. So why not invest it in a skill that'll change your life? I mean, tech doesn't just pay the bills, it opens doors to freedom, stability, and generational wealth. So stop doubting yourself, start small, stay consistent, and keep building. Because this isn't just a career, it's a movement. And guess what? You belong here. So let's get it, because the future is yours to build. Keep it techie.